I miss the simplicity in dating, in love, and just the life. It was so simple, and there's one thing I can say that I wish we could bring back, just the simplicity in having fun. You know, getting to know your person, but having fun at the same time. Cause I didn't care about marriage. Marriage was like off the table for me. Social media can be a gift and a curse. Been there, done it, and now I'm in a whole different space. Hey y'all, welcome back to Sis Seriously, episode number 3. Tress. Okay, and before we get deep into this video, I'm Talisha, your homegirl on the mic. Make sure you subscribe. This is a small channel and I'm just trying to grow it. I got a main channel, but I want to make my podcast channel separate from my main channel. So if y'all do me a favor, if you like these kind of talks, then subscribe to your girl and watch the video beginning to end and give this video a thumbs up. I very much so appreciate it. Okay, today's topic, we're going to talk about dating in my 40s versus my 20s. I've talked about this topic before, but it hit different now. It hit different now for many reasons, but yeah, it's like now that I'm 40, sometimes if a man want to cancel, reschedule, whatever, I be relieved. I be taking the goddamn clothes out before he can, before I can say, okay, it's cool. Cause sometimes I'm cool with it. Like I just be want to relax, or it just be a day where I'm probably already doing something or was busy and just tired or just ain't in the mood for it. So I'm cool with it when you say, you know what I'm saying, let's cancel or reschedule. Versus in my 20s, I would be like, what you want to reschedule for? You must try to take somebody else out. You must try to take another bitch out. You know how us women, we could do sometimes. We can go there, especially if it's somebody you've been dealing with already for a while. Yeah, it hit different. So first, we're gonna talk about the 20s. We're gonna take it back a little bit. We're gonna take it back like 21 years for me, because I'm 41. I'm not afraid to say my age. I look good. I'm getting to where I need to be. So anyway, I feel like when I was dating back in my 20s, baby, it was up and it was stuck. I'm talking about, it didn't matter if I had to work. It didn't matter if I had a doctor's appointment. It didn't matter how early I had to get up the next day. If I wanted to go outside and be with my man, be with that dude, then it didn't matter. I was going. What time you want me to be ready? What time you say be ready? Okay, got you. And back then, I didn't really care for a relationship. Like when I was single, I was single. Period. I might have this man for a date, that man for a date, this man for a date. I was having fun. I was living my life. Or sometimes it wasn't even about going on a date. It was just talking on the phone. You might got somebody you texting, because sometimes you have a dude for different stuff. You might have a dude back in the day. I might have a dude that one for my food, one pay for my cell phone bill, a dude take me out, a dude that I just talked to when I was bored, like just a real genuine friend. So I was, baby, and back then we had ringtones on the phone. How many of y'all remember that, when we used to have music playing when it rang instead of just a basic tone to your phone, like a melody or something? Back then we would have a whole love song playing, or a rap song, whatever you chose to have as your ringtone. That's what it was. And so I remember a point in my life where I was having fun. I was single. I was mingling without a regret in the world. And let me say this too. You don't always have to be fucking somebody. When I say I had this man for this, that, and the third, because believe it or not, it's some guys out here that would just genuinely throw it at you, because they probably already got somebody at home, or they, you know what I'm saying, they probably got it to where they ain't gonna miss it. So them giving you money or whatever, and some of them like you so much that as long as they talking to you, texting you, seeing you here and there, they cool with it. So it was a point in time where each guy that I was talking to had their own ringtone. Like I would have a song for this dude, a song for that dude. So I would know if I wanted to answer. I didn't have to look at my phone to know. I knew if they was calling me. I knew if they was texting me. I had my phone set up like that, right? So it was a good time, and those were the days, I would say. So like, and I'm gonna be honest, I was more shy back then when it came to getting to know somebody. I'm still shy now, even at 41. I'm still shy. I can be shy. And so meeting a man back in my 20s, when we would go out, I would barely want to eat. Like, I would get the smallest thing on the menu, like something simple, and I just play around with the food, or I would eat pretty, and, you know, or try not to order something so expensive sometimes. Like, I just order what I liked. It just depended on where we went. And back then, social media was non-existent. It was non-existent. You know, it had started coming along as I had got older, but it wasn't big, huge, and it didn't play an important part in the way somebody want to date, or it didn't, I say, it didn't have as big of effect on people back then as it do now. Like, people go to social media to get relationship advice. They see other couples on Facebook that's living their best life, and they feel like that's the way they man should be treating them, should be doing for them. The dates now, you know, they feel like gotta be extravagant and stuff. And back then, we weren't really into social media. Like, I remember MySpace. Like, you would have your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you would put them on your page, and you had your cute little music playing in the background. We were doing stuff like that, like, you know, decorating your page. And, you know, it was just, I think the love back then that I experienced, when it was more innocent, it was fun. It didn't feel heavy. It didn't feel forced. And I liked that. I missed that. Like, the lightheartedness, the genuineness, just having blatant fun. No, it don't matter if your date took you to the park. It don't matter if your date took you to the movies. It didn't matter. And it didn't matter how much the tab was going to be, like you trying to make this man run his tab up, because that's the only way you feel like it's going to be a good time, or he love you, or he really like you, is how big the check be, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the night. So I just missed it. It just was fun. We weren't really thinking about that. You know, I've always been the type of woman to care about my appearance and stuff. That's always been me. But I didn't wear a lot of makeup back then as well. But it wasn't as much so about the name brand, like what you wearing. My dude gotta have on the ladies. Back then it was probably Tommy Hilfiger, Polo, Nautica, like them name brands. We had to. That's just what it was. And so it was like plain Jane, but at the same time, when they put that shit on, now. Don't underestimate the Polo and Nautica and stuff. We had it going on at a point in time back in the day. So I just missed that, not having to worry about, oh, I need this LV bag, you know, this Kurt bag. Like, it was nothing like that. You can go to the store and just get a Q bag. It didn't have to have a name to it. And as long as the guy that I was dealing with smelled good, was dressed nice, because back then Polo, all that stuff was fresh. That was fresh to death. to death. Do you hear me? From head to toe. So you can go and Google some pictures or ask your parents, the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, a little younger than me. Ask them about it. Yeah, fresh to death. And so that was the main thing for me, you know, just handsome, good hygiene, and, you know, dress nice, but it didn't matter about the brand. Like, people weren't going out just trying to spend thousands of dollars, $500 on a pair of shoes. Like, it was so much more simple. And I miss the simplicity in dating, in love, and just the life. It was so simple. And there's one thing I could say that I wish we could bring back, just the simplicity in having fun. You know, getting to know your person, but having fun at the same time, because come on now. And I've never been materialistic. You know, as time went on, you get 25, 26, 27, like this time is going on. People are getting more into fashion. These other brands that are coming out, Coach, Gucci, LV, like stuff just was slowly, you know, coming out, and people were getting into it, but it still wasn't how it is now. And so I never was materialistic. I came across men that, you know, had money. They like nice things, and I did too. I think as I got older in my 20s, 30s, it was a point, I'm gonna say like my middle 20s up to maybe 30-ish, 32 or something like that. I cared. I did. I got into the fashion, and I cared about some of the name brands, the Michael Kors bags, the Dooney and Burke bags, the Michael Kors watches, the makeup. I started to get more into makeup in my 20s, going into my 30s. I was getting more into it, and I felt like I had to have the name brand makeup instead of the drugstore makeup. So MAC, my makeup collection was filled with MAC from Macy's. So Macy's was the go-to place for a lot of your jewelry and stuff. You know, like they got Johnny Dane and stuff now. Like back then, it was like Macy's dealers. You can go in there and go in the mall and get your jewelry and stuff like that. Like I said, MAC makeup was the top brand until I slowly started to come out of like, oh, if it's not this type of makeup, if it don't say this on the lipstick or whatever, then it ain't no good. I can't wear it. I don't want to wear it, because I feel like social media and sometimes the people that you are around can have some influence. And ain't nothing wrong with having nice things. Let me make that very clear. Nothing is wrong with having nice things. If you want nice things, you can afford it. Hey, live your life. Do you, boo? Do you? But I'm just talking about me going from being simple. Like in school, in high school, I had long hair, so I always wore my own hair. I can count on one hand how many times I wore weave in high school. I had a good length of hair, like middle of my back type, and back then everybody was getting perms or silk presses, and so I wore my natural hair. I would get a perm and flat iron my hair, and back then it was the Aaliyah era, and Aaliyah wore her long natural hair. She was slim built, and I was too, and Malia was one of my girls that I loved to listen to. And so I was the natural girl in school. And when I first started out in school, I wore the baggy pants, the Jordans, the Reeboks, the K-Swiss. Like, I wasn't a girly girl in my teenage years. I think I became a girly girl probably when I was in high school. I had to be maybe 16, and I had switched schools. And the school that I switched to, the girls were different. they dressed more ladylike. They dressed up. They wore dresses. They wore cute jewelry, and their hair was different. It was like a different world. And I remember going home telling my mama, I want some girl clothes. I want to dress like a girl. And I'm sure she was happy to hear that, that she didn't have to. I got two younger brothers, and when she bought them underwear or clothes, like, I was literally, some of the stuff, not everything, but some of the stuff that they got, she was buying me too. Like, so I didn't really have a lot of girl clothes in my closet. But anyway, so as I got older, and like I said, social media started becoming more popular, and the Facebook, the Instagram, I started hearing about it. I think I didn't hear about Facebook. I think I was there had to been like 2012, maybe 2013, when I really learned about Facebook. I remember I was at work, and I worked in a nursing home, and one of the patients, she had her own laptop in her room and stuff like that, and she was in her right mind. She just had some other issues going on, so she was in there just telling me about Facebook. And and back then it was like Facebook was where people kept in touch with their families, like if they lived out of town, or you graduated high school, and there was a way to keep in touch with your classmates and stuff like that. It was nothing like what it is now. So as the years went on, I feel like the dating changed. Like, it was so much that I would put up with that I look back on. It got to a point where sometimes there was some of the guy friends, especially if I liked them, I'm just thinking about how when we started out, sometimes we started out just kicking it. And that's rule number one. Don't first meet up at your house or his house when y'all getting to know each other. First date, second date, third. Like, really get to know each other and go outside. It don't have to be nothing expensive, but it's like, set the tone for yourself. Set the tone for how you want the relationship or the friendship to go. Set the tone. That's what I say. And it's a lot of times what happened to me sometimes. Like, if I meet a guy and we started out, and it's not so crazy in the world like it was now, believe it or not. Because we sometimes met a guy, invited him over to our house. That was the first time meeting, like going on a date. They come to our house, we go to their house. You chill, watch movies. You might sleep over or go home at the end of the night. But then that set the tone. It was like, you never really ever got a chance to go out with the person. The person never took you on a date. It was just like, fuck, this is all we do. But me being young, I didn't just put a lot of pressure on them. Like, you never take me nowhere. You never do this. You never do that. So it was cool because I wasn't necessarily looking for a relationship. The relationships I ended up in, it just happened. It just kind of happened. So, yeah. So I just never, really cared. And like I said, I dated freely. Like, I didn't date for intentions. Like, you might have your one or two people you run across. If you want to sleep with them. If you want to feel like you want to be with them long term. If this gonna be temporary. Like, in your head already what your intentions are with a person. And back then, I wasn't intentional with no man on my end. I came across some guys that wanted to be in a relationship with me, and I was not ready. I wasn't ready, and I didn't care. I didn't care about marriage. Marriage was like off the table for me. I was like, I'm not getting married. That wasn't in my plans. Like, I didn't care to get married. So I didn't care about marriage. I didn't care the way a man dressed, as long as he was clean, smelled good, and he was dressed decent. But our decent back in the day, they was still fresh. So yeah, that's what it was for me. And just dating without thinking like, oh, he got to spend a lot of money on me. That's how I know I'm going to like him. No, it wasn't like that with me. And, you know, so like back in the day, I was just having fun here and there, going out, partying, going to parties. You might meet men in a club. Back then, it was, I guess you could say, a little more safer. At least we thought. And men in the club that like you, they bought you drinks. Not to say men don't do it now, but back then they were buying you drinks. You might get on the dance floor with them and dance. Like, it was just totally different. And now fast forward to my 40s. Now, it's been a minute that I've actually dated. Like, I got a friend that me and him, we go on dates. Like I said, the next time me and him hang out or talk on the phone, I'm gonna ask him, what do you call us? Would you say we are dating or we just went on dates? Drop it down in the comments below. If y'all go on consistent dates with a man or a woman, would you say y'all are dating or you just going on dates as friends going on dates? Like, let me know what you think about that. Because I feel like if you're consistently going on a date with a person, y'all are dating. Regardless if you're having sex, if you're not having sex, I feel like if you're going on consistent dates, you're dating. So I'm intentional now with who I want to be with, who I will let into my life, who I want around my kids, even though my children, my two oldest, they grown, 22 and 18, but I also have a 4-year-old going on 5 this year. I'm dating with the intention, and I want a man that wants me, that likes me, that want to pursue me. He has to be an intentional man. He has to have the intention. He got to know what he wants. If you one of them guys that's still unsure, you don't know if you want to date me, or you just don't know if you want to date in general, you just having fun. At my age of 41, and especially 9 times out of 10, me and him gonna be close in age, if not the same age. I feel like you should kind of know where you want to go in life, like what type of the rest of your life you want to live, because we got more years behind us than in front of us possibly. So, you know, that's just my take on things. Like, I done lived 41 years. How do I know if I got another 41? You know what I'm saying? To waste it on one man, especially a man that's indecisive, don't really know what he want, give you to run around. I can't do it. Like, I continue to be a friend, but if another man comes along and, hey, he's intentional, he know what he want, he ain't biting his tongue, he's showing me, he putting forth the effort, like, yeah, I'm moving on. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. But I'm very cautious. Like, I don't know, like, men will inbox me, or I can even see in the stores, and it's just so different because people be doing some crazy shit these days. Like, I see so many men being jealous hearted, can't take rejection, and have done horrible things to their woman, to their girlfriend, to their wife, and it just makes me so skeptical about picking and choosing. Should I give him my number? What if? And I know you shouldn't live your life like that, but you damn sure better be cautious. You damn sure better, you can't be free these days. And I feel like social media also plays a role in a lot of the stuff that goes on now. Like I was saying, people these days feel like if you're not spending a certain amount of money on them, you don't really like them. Like, you got to show them with your finances. Like, they're not really looking for genuine love, and I am. So I can kind of weed them out, like, especially if I'm already friends with them on social media, and I can just tell by the statuses they make, like the jokes that they tell. Like, you can know when it's playful and when they are serious, like, you know what I'm saying? So social media can be a gift and a curse. And so I'm just skeptical about who I go out with, who I give my number to, who I give my time to, because time is just something you can't get back. And I'm not interested in dealing with the unsure, indecisive, I just want to have fun ass man. I can't. So if I feel like you just dragging me along. And I'll tell you up front. I'll let you know because I'm very vocal about what I want. Like versus back in the day, I probably didn't want to say because I didn't want him to think I'm starting an argument, or I didn't want him to like push away from me because he went on when I was on, and just things like that. And so now I'm very vocal. You either gonna like it, you gonna love it, or you gonna get the fuck on. So that's just where I stand now. And social media just have people crazy. Like the absurd things that I hear and see on social media, like they don't want a man can't take a woman to a certain restaurant. It gotta be a certain standard. They gotta spend a certain amount of money. They don't want to go to Cheddar's. They don't want to go to Red Lobster. Like, you gotta take them to these fancy restaurants, and it still don't prove shit, because if he already a man with money, a man that's financially stable, and that ain't nothing to him, he could still take you on that date and not give a fuck about you. He could not be fucked up about spending $200-$300 on a date, on a dinner, because he got it like that. And it's just what it is to him. It's paper. It's meaningless. It don't hold value to him, so I feel like I can go on the smallest date. We can go at the little Mexican stand where they had the little tables and stuff, and I love tacos. And if he said, let's go eat some tacos, baby, yes, let's go. Like, it's all about the character of the man for me, the personality, like how he treats me, how he talks to me, how he adores me, his intentions, all his actions that he's showing me. That's what I go by now. So if ever I let myself go back to what it was, because we gonna make mistakes in life, and I'm not saying just because I hold myself to a higher standard, I value my body, I value my time, I value the love I give, I value all of that. I value my emotions, my mental, like everything. That don't mean that I'm still not going to maybe learn a lesson in life, like come across a man that still ain't the right man for me. But it's all about how you handle it. It's all about how far you allow it to go. It's just like, keep your guard up, but not to where you can't let nobody in, or kind of, get to know somebody, because it's life, and life be lifing. And y'all gonna hear me say that a lot, because life be lifing, and you never know what another person is going through. So that's another thing. Like, I just don't want to be with somebody that's not mentally stable. I don't want a man that's not financially stable, or he could at least be working toward, already got something in the works, already at a job where he's saving up, or he entrepreneur, he already got his plans mapped out, and his plans is in the making. You know what I'm saying? When you dating, like, so I don't want a man that's not financially stable, or don't know where he's headed. I don't want a man that's not mentally or emotionally stable, because baby, they don't mix. A man with no money, a man that's not mentally stable, not emotionally stable, it's only one or two places their relationship gonna go. Somebody gonna end up in jail. It's gonna be a domestic situation, or somebody gonna be end up in hell. Like, so for me at this age, I just want to get to know a person, like really your character, just like your life. I ain't gotta know your whole life. You ain't gotta start from when you was 2 years old, but like, just your background, a little bit of your family history, your background. Like, I don't know. I'm careful this go around, because I'm intentional. I know what I want. I'm not gonna settle. I want a partner. I want love. I want the time. I want the happiness. I want the fun. Ain't no relationship gonna be perfect, but I want a man that's mature enough to get through it. Not get mad and go out in the streets and find another woman and have sex with her because you mad at me. You come up with all these excuses to go cheat. I need a man that can communicate with me. So this go around in my 40s, I'm very intentional. I know what I want. I'm gonna get what I want, but I'm also old school. So I'm working on it too. But I feel like if a man wants you, I feel like a man should lead. And I want a man that don't mind leading, don't question himself, don't doubt himself. I'm one of the most coolest laid back women ever. Sometimes it might come off on social media because as me might being stuck up, or I don't know, some of the things that some women do on social media, like shake ass. Yes, I've done videos like me and my folks, we at a party or something, and then they might catch me in the act of dancing. But like just set up a camera and just shake my ass on social media, no, I don't do that. And so yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna play about me this go round, and you shouldn't play about you either, because what's for you is gonna be for you. God gonna put your king, your husband, he gonna find you. Let him find you. I'm not just out here looking for a man, but if as I'm talking to somebody, or if I'm dating, or if it just it just happens, then it happens. Like, let it flow naturally. But I don't want to force a relationship. I don't want to chase a man. I just want that man to be genuine, and it be a genuine connection between us two. And so now I stopped clubbing a long time ago, so I barely go outside. When I'm partying, my folks, somebody having a party in my family, and I'm going to their house and we finna party, we finna turn up. But like going outside to clubs and lounges, I haven't done it in years. So I don't know. He gonna have to find me in the grocery store, or while I'm out shopping, or at work, or going to church. Like, he gonna have to find me at the red light or something. I don't know, but you won't find me in a club. That ain't where I'm trying to meet my man. That ain't where I'm trying to meet my husband. So yeah, so that's how I feel about me dating in my 20s versus my 40s. Like, social media plays a big part of it all these days, and I just want my person to not pay so much attention to what social media says. Don't let social media dictate our relationship, how you treat me, how I should treat you, like where we should go, like how many vacations we should take, like just something fun, genuine, and mature and honest. Like, that's all a girl could ask for. That's all I can ask for. And everything else, I feel like, will work itself out as you go along. You're gonna learn each other. You're gonna know the do's, the don'ts. You gonna learn as y'all go. So that part is just gonna come with it. This is just gonna come with getting to know somebody. So yeah, so this episode, I just wanted to do it off the top of my dome, or my head, or my mind, because the other episodes, like, they were kind of not scripted, but like I was trying to have this certain XYZ played out, and I feel like I like this natural flow. So y'all let me know. Go back and watch episode 1 and 2 and tell me, between those 2 episodes and episode 3, this one, which flow do y'all like better? Y'all like me just talking like we girlfriends? Because that's the goal. I want to come on here and talk to y'all like we besties, we sisters, like we just sitting in a room together. And if y'all feel what I feel about the social media playing a role in how relationships are going, the cheating, and matter of fact, I feel like, to me, it's easier to cheat now. Social media has made it easier for you to cheat, because all you got to do is inbox a person. You ain't got to run across them in the street. All you got to do is type in their name, go to their messenger, boom, send a message. So it's so much easier to cheat on social media as well. But we'll leave that conversation for, another episode. But yeah, I think this was a good episode, and this is just something that was on my mind. I'm like, yeah, I can relate to this, because been there, done that. And now I'm in a whole different space. So it's all about self-love and setting boundaries and just not playing about you. Don't ever play about you, okay? And we're gonna get out this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the talk. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm very small. I only got 2 subs right now, so help a girl out. You know, subscribe to the channel and tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, bye y'all.